Hello, in this video, I'm going to show you how to use the irs.gov website to update your address. Remember to always check the site frequently as things do change.
We are starting at the Internal Revenue Services official website, which is irs.gov. In the search engine, we're going to type in address change and click the search button. And the first result we see is address changes. How do I notify the IRS that my address has changed? Let's see what information it tells us. Okay, it is very important to keep your address up to date with the Internal Revenue Service in case they have to send you a letter about your tax return. So it tells us that there are several ways to inform the Internal Revenue Service that your address has changed. Okay, so it tells us that we can use Form 8822, which is the change of address form, or Form 8822B, which is the change of address or responsible party for business. Okay, also lets us know that on our tax return, use your new address when you file. That will update your address with the Internal Revenue Service. So if you know that you are going to move or relocate, you should wait until you have your new address to file your tax return. You can also do this by written statement. You can send a signed written statement with your full name, your old address, your new address, your social security number, your ITIN or your EIN. Mail your signed statement to the address where you filed your tax return. Okay, and if you click this link, whenever you're on the irs.gov website, if you see these links, they will take you to the information that you need. Also looks like you can give oral notification. You can tell us in person or by telephone is what the Internal Revenue Service is saying. You'll need to verify your identity and the address that they have on file. And then please have your old address and your new address, your full name, your date of birth, your social security number, ITIN or EIN, and they may request additional information to verify your identity. So, goes on to give us more information that if you filed a joint return and are still residing with the same spouse, both you and your spouse should provide your name, social security numbers, new addresses, and signatures on the form or statement. If you filed a joint return and now have separate addresses, each of you will need to notify the Internal Revenue Service of your new separate addresses. It goes on to let us know that if you have a power of attorney or Form 2848, that your authorized representatives it can file that form for you, but they may have to attach a copy of that Form 2848 and that unauthorized third parties cannot change a taxpayer's address. They also want you to change your address through the USPS or the United States Postal Service. They may update your address of record on file with the Internal Revenue Service based on what they retain in their National Change of Address database. However, even when you notify the United States Postal Services, U.S. Postal Service, not all post offices forward government checks, so you should still notify the Internal Revenue Service. And they go on to say that if the change of address is related to an employer tax return, that they will issue confirmation notices 148A and 148B for the change to both the new and former addresses. And they give us a time frame here. It can generally take 4 to 6 weeks after receipt for a change of address request to fully process, and that you can get an up-to-date status on IRS operations and services affected by COVID-19 by clicking this link right here. And let's see if there is anything else. And there isn't. So if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe.